Episode number 41.
My name is Abimbola Olaniyi.
You're welcome.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Omar. Welcome to another exciting episode of Do We Really Know Them? Knowing wonderful people from LinkedIn and what they're all about. Today we have Abimbola. All right. So we're going to bring her on here in a few seconds. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. Today is the first episode in this series. We had one on Friday. Hope you enjoyed it with the crew from Do We Really, from the Bosnia to go. This is the cup where I got it when I was there. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of it. Let's go ahead and bring in our special guest all the way from Nigeria. So we had our last guest who was Zion. He was from Nigeria. And this also wonderful guest is also from Nigeria. Let's bring them on the show right now. Good evening. It is 6 o'clock your time, isn't it? How are you?
I'm fine. It's great to be here. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you so much, everyone. It's great to be here. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can. Awesome. Awesome. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm great.
Awesome.
It's 5 p.m. here. It's 5
Hi.
p.m. Just 3 minutes past 5 p.m. Yeah.
Okay, 5 p.m. your time. Okay, great. So it's not too late. It's not too early. It's a good time right there. It's tea time, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm glad you are here. You're the 41st guest. I added an extra one between the shows, which was Friday. And so let's go ahead and show you the questions on the board here.
Okay.
All right. Do we really know? And now, I hope I did not mispronounce your name, but is it Abimbola? Is that how you pronounce it?
Well, if you were to pronounce it the way it ought to be pronounced, it would be Abimbola Olaniyi.
Nice. That's
But
awesome.
you pronounced it well.
That's awesome.
You
That
tried, really.
is that a common Nigerian name?
Well, it is a Nigerian name, it's a Yoruba name, because we have majorly three tribes here in Nigeria, which is the Yoruba, the Igbo, and the Hausas. So this is a Yoruba name, typical Yoruba name.
Typical what name? Sorry.
Typical Yoruba name.
Okay.
Yoruba is spelled Yoruba. That's our language. That's my tongue. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. We'll get to the questions, but we have somebody here, Miss Akpan, maybe one of your friends there, and we also have Joy. Good evening, everyone.
Joy,
One of your
thank
friends.
you for coming.
Awesome, awesome. We get to really know you today and get to experience who you are about. Okay, what was your childhood like, and in which city or country did you grow up in? I'm assuming Nigeria, but elaborate on that for us.
Yes, I was born here in Nigeria, and I was born precisely in Zaria, Kaduna State. That's the northern side of Nigeria. And my childhood really was fantastic. I enjoyed my childhood. At times, I relish those moments because, well, I would say I didn't come from the so-called rich family, but my family was okay. We were comfortable. So I remember then my dad would take us out every weekend, especially Saturdays. We go to places like Kingsway, Chelarams, UTC, Leventis, They'll buy us so many things, and then we end up at a bookstore because my dad loves reading. He reads even till today. He reads a lot, so he goes to buy books. So that's where we the final stop before we head home. So our Saturdays are always really, really exciting, and I really enjoyed my childhood. It was a wonderful time with wonderful brothers and my loving parents. So yes, my childhood was perfect. Not really perfect like that, but I enjoyed it as a person. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. That's wonderful. How many siblings were you?
We are three. I'm the only girl and I'm the firstborn.
Oh wow, okay, that's the same as me. I have a sister and then two boys in the family. how
Um,
how was that growing up?
well, it was nice because we, as in with my brothers, right?
Uh huh.
Yes, we were brought up as in a loving way, you understand? So we grew up to love one another, to cherish each other, and that is what even extends even till now that we're grown up. Even if we're far away, we're far apart, we still reach out to one another, we still help one another. That love, that unity is still there. It still binds us together, regardless of the fact that we are grown up, we are in different places. So, yes, we were closely united, closely knitted together, and thanks to God and to our parents who made it possible. And yes, we are close. We are even closer now, even though we are far apart. We're so close. If I need anything, I call on the junior ones. I say, okay, this I need this. Or time they reach out to me, Auntie Bimbola, what's wrong with you? What do you need? This love is still there, and I'm really grateful for them. I'm
That's
really
amazing.
grateful. Yeah,
That's amazing. Yeah, that's how people should grow up and see people are
yeah.
to be together with siblings. Awesome. Let's go to the next question here. Okay, how do you like to spend your leisure time? In your free time, I know you're busy and all that. How do you like to spend it?
Well, as a person, really, I grew up to be somebody that is reserved, quiet, gentle. So most of the time, I really love to be alone, and that's
Alone.
something that I feel so good about my yeah, just alone, just listening to music. I just like it. But if I'm not alone, I'm with my family or with friends that matter or doing something. Then one other thing that I really love during my leisure time is designing. I just love drawing. I love just taking time to just do some design, just do something. It's part of the fun. I really like okay, I would like to say this that designing has been something that I really love, honestly. Because when I was still a child, I remember that we had our uncle was still living with us, but he's late now. He's a very great artist, and while he was with us, he used to have portrait design, make portraits of these emirs and all those things. So I would sit down with him and watch him how he's measuring everything, as in putting the boxes. There's a way he does it. So I really got interested in designing. So on my own, I will design, and I learned how to draw by not tracing. I learned to draw by looking at that particular object and drawing it the way I see it. So when it comes to designing, something that is part of me that I really love. So when I'm free, like yesterday, I was doing some designing all alone on myself because I wasn't interested in doing any other thing. I just lay down there and I was just designing this, designing that, changing the colors and everything. So it's part of me, something that I really love. It's something that a few other people know about. And thanks to Joy, because she's a graphic designer, she was the one that even ignited that passion back,
Nice.
because being a friend of hers, Joy Nicholas, I think she's in the audience. I saw her name earlier. She's one of the persons that made me to reignite that passion towards designing. Because when I see her design, I was just like, wow, this, look at this. I'll send it to her and I say, Joy, look at this design. How is it? She'll tell me, okay, do this, turn it like this. This one is not good. This one has to have an alignment and everything. So she's my guru. She's my go-to designer when I When I need help, she's always there, always there, always there. She's amazing. And I want to say thank you, Joy, for being a wonderful friend. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. That's going to go to another question that will come on that one, but appreciate that. Joy, shout out to you. Awesome, awesome. We'll connect with you as well, Joy. All right, great, great. Glad to do that. That's awesome. So you like to design, you like to do that. So before we get to this one right here, there's another question here. But tell us about a little bit about what you went to do in college. What did you study in college, and why?
In college, well, I would say I studied my life is amazing. Honestly, when I wanted to enter the university, really, I had the mind to go for accounting or banking and finance because when I was still very young, I developed this interest in mathematics,
Math. Okay.
which is weird, really, which is weird because seeing a lady turning towards mathematics when men are even running away from it, it's something. So I used to have a math teacher there that used to come home. That was then in Kaduna. So I always love. I don't like walking to the answer at the back. I want you to give me the steps. I want you to know how you got from here to here. So
Yeah.
most of the time, and my dad is a guru in science, in math, further maths, he's good, he's excellent. So he's my teacher. And when they got this teacher for me, I noticed that this teacher will just go to the back of the book and just look at the answer. When he gets so confused, he just jumps to the answer. And I'm kind of like, sir, as small as I was then, that how did you get this? How did you get this? So when my dad comes back around this time, I will now take the work to him and he will now explain to me. So that developed. So I was kind of like, okay, anything that has to do with calculation, I love it. I don't like reading. I don't like text. I don't like words, too much words. To
The
read,
same.
read, read. I don't really fancy it then. So I
Yeah.
tend to want to go for banking and finance, but as they say, you decide something, the path you take will take you elsewhere. So when we got to the university, we did the first diploma. Then they told us that we can't cross over to either accounting or banking and finance. We have to do either sociology or industrial and labor relations. So when I looked at the course curriculum, I saw that, okay, in sociology, it's only talk, 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 read, 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 all this, whatever. But in industrial and labor relations, there are some topics there like GNS that has to do with mathematics, some little bit of math was inside. So I chose that particular subject. So I studied industrial and labor relations in school. But when I got out and I started working, I started as a teacher. So everywhere I go to, I applied for mathematics. Every school that I've taught. So they always ask me, okay, let me see your what you studied, your math, whatever in school. I said I didn't study math. I just love math. And I did well as a teacher. So you see, what you do is not really what you tend towards. Then much later now, I found out that I love writing. I can write for people because I used to write for people. There was a guy that I was working for. Anytime he has a proposal, anytime he has this, he will call me and say, Bimbola, yeah, come and do your thing, come and write. So I saw that aspect of me.
Yeah.
There's this aspect of me that is good in writing, and even my teachers say it. Because whenever we're having English classes or English exam, I don't read. The only thing I read about English is this oral side where you talk about the R, the sounds. But when it comes to composition, comprehension, summary, I don't read. I just summarize everything the day and just go and I pass. So that has been part of me. I know that I'm good in writing. And when I came on LinkedIn, I saw the opportunity. And when I was even teaching, let me come through that area. When I was teaching, it's one thing for you meet different kinds of students and you want to make their lives better. So I saw myself using stories to kind of like explain concepts to these children. And within the time that I spent in these schools, I made so much significant progress, which even the proprietors could attest to. So it was when I got on LinkedIn that I now realized that, okay, what I was doing there, I was using storytelling because I never knew that storytelling was something of great importance. I was just using it to explain terms, and I saw that it was getting those children interested and changing the way their performance was getting better. So I now realize that, okay, since the storytelling writing, I now had to pivot towards that, because this is something, an area that I know I'm also good at, and I will make significant
Amazing.
changes, or maybe improvement in the lives of people. So yes.
Amazing. I like the thought, how you mentioned about the math. I'm also a math-oriented person, and I like going to that and how you mentioned it and how your father helped you. I'm gonna show you a clip here, and then we're gonna talk about it here. Okay, see if you can hear it.
Okay.
If you got a question, everybody wakes up with a question, a challenge. Share it if you're comfortable with it, and let everybody take a look, and maybe our experience could save somebody from going through our experience. So and I think that's what people really enjoy about this show is the comfort level. It's people say it's like being in a living room. So what are you learning from your podcasting? From what
I wanted to give a quick shout out real quick to Abimbola. Thank you so much for joining me today. This lady is phenomenal. She's from Nigeria. I've met some wonderful people from Nigeria. Her, Zion, Marvelous, just to name a few. But this lady, she sends me a message every Monday with positive affirmations. I just wanted to share this with you real quick, Don, and everybody else.
All right, I didn't want to go all the way there, but going on that, tell us your reaction on you learning about Donald Cohen and coming to LinkedIn, and tell us about that. That was about 2 years ago. I noticed you when I first saw you. You were always on the show and commenting, and Donald Cohen always say, "There's Abimbola, there's Abby." She's always posting and these. Tell us about that first time when you met Donald, and why do you keep messaging him and all that? What inspired you about him? And if you keep it short, if you can, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I remember this clip just now, and yes, like Jason said, this is something that I do, and really, I noticed that some people now noticed it. Some people were now telling me, "Why did you stop?" And it's because of the job. When your schedule is now getting tighter, there's a limit to which you can reach, and your numbers of followers or connections are increasing. There's a limit. If it were to be that there was this automation on LinkedIn where you can send bulk messages to your connections, I would have continued. But this is something that I do with passion. This is something that I feel starting every Monday with affirmations and a quote is something that I believe, because I get feedbacks and I see how it has changed a lot of lives over the time that I was doing it. Yes. So when I learned that I follow Jason, I used to see Donald, and I didn't really know him. So that day, I think Jason now said he was going to be speaking on this show. And I said, okay, I need to see this man's advert. Let me just join. So I joined. And man, listening to Donald, I saw a man of value, somebody that I call my LinkedIn daddy. Don't ask me any question about that. He's somebody I call my LinkedIn daddy. You can say he's white and black, but I see him as my LinkedIn daddy because we have had a one-on-one chat before, and he's so down to earth, he's so authentic, he's so caring, so loving, and the way he teaches, the way his program has really helped me, because I must be very truthful. It was during this particular program of his that I learned, because then I was going through some things, and thankfully it was my dad that told me to come on LinkedIn, because I was reluctant at first. Yes, my dad. Yeah. Because 2019, 2019, I was going through a lot. So life wasn't really something that I fancied anymore. I lost track of everything. I lost interest in everything. I would lock myself up in the room. I would just keep to myself. I would cry. So my dad was just like, instead of you brooding and just feeling so bad about your life. Your life is beautiful. There's this app called LinkedIn. We have so many professionals. You can go there, connect, make friends, build this and that. So at first I was just like, who is this man? Why is he disturbing me about LinkedIn? But eventually I joined. And it was through him that I joined LinkedIn. So, when I started building my brand, when I saw Donald on his show, there was this lady. I've forgotten. There are two ladies that used to, if you can remind me, there's
You were on the show,
Kelly and
Kelly?
no, not Kelly, the other one. I've forgotten her
She
name.
was on his show all the time, right?
Yeah, she's always on the show.
Oh, I see.
I've forgotten her
Leslie?
name.
Leslie?
I've forgotten- No, not Leslie. There's a third one that she and Kelly used to have the awesome journey together.
Oh, I see. Christy.
Yes, Christy. Yeah.
She was
So
on the
Christy
show.
was on the show that day, and she
Uh-huh.
was telling her story. And I just broke down. I started crying, listening to her story.
Yeah.
From what she was, how her life was, and how she was then. The improvement, the transformation. And I put in the comment section and I said, my life has been 6 years of waste. And she read that comment and told me, Abimbola, never say your life was a lie. Those 6 years were wasted. There were times of learning. There were times to improve you and everything. She really encouraged me with Donald that day. And that was when I decided to pick up the pieces of my life together and say, if she can, then I can. So that really, I can never forget that day. That really was the turning point and one of the things that made me to now say, okay, I'm going to learn, I'm going to improve on myself, and I'm going to become better. You understand? So one of the ways that I feel that stories can inspire you, heal you, inspire you to become a better person, transform your life. When you hear, that's why I love resilient stories of resilience, people that are resilient, people talking about their grass to grace moment. I love it because it really touches me. And when I look at my life now with the little time that I've improved, when I look back, I'm grateful. I might not have started early. I might not have been where I ought to be. But when I look back, I'm far better from where I used to be. And I know that I'm getting better. Yes.
Awesome. So we're almost out of time. I got to get rid of more questions here real quick. So let's go to the next one. I have like 5 more questions and we have about 8 minutes to go. Okay. Let me go to the next one here. Before that, I want to just say here, hello to Lisa. Lisa does a lot of good things for women and helps them out. Thank you for being on the program here. She's awesome. Okay. Have you ever visited a country beyond your own here? Have you ever traveled outside of Nigeria? Never. Why?
Not yet. I had a plan 2021, but it was it never happened. I was planning to leave. Everything was going smoothly, but something happened, so I couldn't. But I'm still looking forward to visiting other countries very soon. So it's on my list. But for now,
Awesome. Hey, Michelle, thank you for joining us. You're always welcome anytime. Thank you so much for being on the program. Maybe we'll bring you on this program too. Awesome. Tell us one place you would love to travel to, if you could.
Okay, I love to travel to the UK, to the United States, to Greece, and let's say to the United Arab Emirates one day. I just love it.
That's awesome. Let me go to the next question. Okay. It looks like it's lagging on my end here. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Are you able to see it moving? There's a lag in the system here.
Yeah, I can see. You said, what is a ghostwriter?
Question 6 now. The next one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go here. Wait. Can you read question 6? I can't see it.
Yeah, I saw who is a ghostwriter. Is that
there
what
you go. Now I see it. Okay. Yeah, what is a ghostwriter? Explain to us.
Yes, a ghostwriter is not really a ghost, but it's somebody that writes on behalf of a professional, an executive, or a creative. as though they were the one writing, but in a more better way. So, like now, maybe you're a business owner, you don't have time to write, and you know definitely that content is very important to building your brand, right? Online. So you don't
Yeah.
have the time, or perhaps you have the ideas, you don't know how to put them down in a way that could be compelling and engaging. Or perhaps you don't even have the idea at all. So you can hire a ghostwriter, you convey your idea, the person is going to write as you, but in a better way. And a ghostwriter also can write your stories. You have a story that you want to write, a book. A ghostwriter will write. The only thing is that you pay the ghostwriter, but the ghostwriter will not take credit. You will take credit for the post. You will take credit for the what's it called, the book. But the ghostwriter, the only thing the ghostwriter is your thank you and your money and your payment. But you will
Right.
take credit for the good work that the ghostwriter does. So that's the ghostwriter. That's why they call it a ghost. People will see what you're doing, but not knowing that you are not the one doing it. Somebody else is behind the scene doing that exceptional work for you.
Amazing, amazing. I want to say hello to Maria. Maria, thank you for joining us. Travel, open minds, and
Thank
perspectives.
you.
Thank you, Maria, for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.
And Michelle comes back again with what is a ghost writer. I think we explained what a ghost writer is. You can go back and watch it. Okay, let's go.
You can reach
Okay,
out to me. You can reach out to me via the DM so I can explain better. Yeah.
exactly. Message her too. And I think we went over this one. If you have the opportunity to visit any place in the world, where would you choose? You said the UAE. You said the United States. You would say
United Kingdom, United
United
States,
Kingdom.
Greece, and United Arab Emirates.
What's your top favorite? Somebody would give you a ticket to fly tomorrow. Where would be the top place you would go?
I think I'll go to United Kingdom.
Nice, nice. Why there?
Well, I just love the United Kingdom. This is a place that I long to be at. So
Uh-huh.
yes, I'll like to first of all touch ground. It's either United States or United Kingdom, but I don't. It's either the two really. Then we can now talk about Greece and the United Arab Emirates. Yeah.
So let's just say you're gonna go to some place that has the word United in it because we're all united, right?
Anything.
We're united.
You're right.
Okay, I think we also went over this one, but who is your favorite person on LinkedIn ever of all the time? You mentioned a couple of people. Is there somebody in particular that you love, you very, very like so much, other than the ones you
Okay.
mentioned, or mention the
I
same
wouldn't
ones?
want to I wouldn't want to be partial here, right? But there are some people that I love. Number one are my co-hosts. That's Joy Nicholas, Big Baja, and Hannah Idachava. I love them so much. I love mommy. I love B Croft, Shola B Croft. I love Mom Janice. I love Ola Bimpe. These are people that are very close to me. I love Enyo Song. Enyo Song has made an impact in my life. Yes,
Any?
we had
Yeah.
our time. Yeah, yeah, Mr.
Did you know
Eni.
I
He
met him
was
in
the one
person?
who pushed me. He pushed me to doing this my life event, and he
Amazing.
supported me. Yes, he supported me. And Zion too, and Damian Kinsey. These are people that I really cherish. Leslie Flowers, Donald Cohen, my LinkedIn daddy, is somebody that I really cherish. Kelly, Christy Howard. I cherish all of them. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite, but they all have made an impact. Jason, they've all have made an impact in my life, one way or the other. So I can't really call. Even there's this particular person, Yizu Samuel too. He made an impact in my life. And
Nice.
who else again? So many.
So many
Blessing
people. You can't name one
Oduboye.
person really. You can't name one person. You
I
have so
can't
many.
really name one person, but when I want to name, I will name all of them. Yomi, Janet, they have all made impact. So there's nobody that is really favorite. When I think about people that have impacted, I think about all of them. And
Nice.
I can't but appreciate all of them because without them, I will not be where I am today. Yeah.
And that's
And
I agree.
Abraham, Mary, they are awesome.
I'm sure
They're
everybody puts some impact on you to make you who you are. Exactly. Absolutely. And so, what does that mean? We have now went over overtime. that means you're a special guest, and we're continuing. We have a couple more questions. We have gone over the 30-minute mark. When that happens, and it sometimes happens, that means we have a special guest, and that means we need to go on to the next, continue to the next hour here. And so we will see how the next couple of questions go in, if it's going to lead us for the next hour or so. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's go in here. And Michelle says some amazing people. Exactly. A lot of these people on LinkedIn are very amazing. Did you know I actually met Annie in person in October when I went to
Wow.
actually I
That's
traveled to UK and I met him
awesome.
with other people. So that's so
Wow.
amazing, so amazing. All right, let's
And
go
I want
on
to
to
give a shout out to
more people. Go ahead.
Whisper Boy. I've forgotten his name. Cyrus. He's an amazing guy too.
Cyrus, yes, he's also
Yeah, he's
amazing.
an
Yeah,
amazing guy
I'm
too.
glad
Yeah.
we got to see you on camera because we normally see you audio events from before, and then they started changing it around. And I'm like, where is this person? So you're always popular. I always see you, even from the past 2 years when I was on LinkedIn. And I was like, we definitely have to bring you on. And I'm glad you agreed to be on the program here. Okay, let's go on to the next question here. Okay, so now this is the part where we talk about you. Tell us who you are. What is Ambi all about? Who is she, and what do you do to help humanity? Because basically, this show is not only about LinkedIn; it's about the wonderful people around the world and what they do. Like we had people from Bosnian language class last Friday. We had last time Zion, and we'll have more people in May and April coming up. So, what is? I gave you some time to think about it, Ambi.
Well, I don't have to think about who I am. I am Abimbola Olaniyi. I am Abimbola Olajumoke Olaniyi. Yes, I'm from Nigeria. I'm based in Nigeria. I am a passionate storyteller, an exceptional event host, a good ghostwriter, and apart from all those, I am a honest, transparent, empathetic, selfless, honest, I've mentioned that, and somebody that is always willing to help people. You see, one of my greatest things, that what I really love to do, even that has been from my childhood, is helping out. If I have the opportunity to help and I have the ability, I do it. I don't hesitate to do it. It got to a state that there was a particular person that I was dating. There was kind of like, why do you prioritize others above you? Why must it be about you, the other, that person, that person? Can't you just? I said, this is me, and this is not you. This is who I am. If I can help you, if I can make your life better, if I can put a smile on your face, I feel so much fulfilled than gaining anything. And if I have the opportunity to help somebody and I couldn't at that moment, I feel bad. I cry. That's why I always pray for something that God is going to bless me. Bless me so much. Know that I can have enough. Yes, I'll be blessed to have enough to take care of myself and my family, fine, but also to help other people to get up, to stand, to become better. That is my joy. That is my desire. That is what makes me happy. That is something of joy. So this is me. And it's something that I tend to do even in my personal relationship with people and in my dealings in terms of business. I love being transparent. I love being open. I show appreciation to people regardless of who they are. And so many things like that. So this is me in a nutshell. Can you hear me, Omar? Am I still live with you?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
All right. So that is me in a nutshell. And I told you that I'm the firstborn, the only girl of three. I come from a wonderful family. And everywhere I go, I try to put a smile on people's faces, regardless. So that's
Amazing,
me.
amazing, amazing. That's awesome. We have somebody here who, when first I looked at it, I was like, that looks just like you. You must be a sister. You are special, she says. Miss Akpan. So she says you are a very special
Okay.
person. Awesome,
Thank
awesome.
you.
Great. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. And then the final question we ask everybody: if you were to create a product or a concept to benefit humanity, what would it be? What would you want to do to benefit humanity? What would it be?
Well, if I were to create a concept, if I were to create a product, well, what I would do is create a space. Now, this particular thing I'm trying to say is something that I've been on my mind since 2023. It came to me again in 2024 because I believe that if I could be motivated and inspired through the stories of other people, I've attended events, I've attended both offline and online, and I've seen how the stories of people have made so much tremendous impact, not only in my life, but in the lives of others. So I want to create a space where we can have people come share their transformative journey from grass to grace in order to heal people that are listening, inspire them, give them hope, and make them stand and move. Because the stories of others can help. I've been at an event when I started newly. I shared a story via my post, and the lady came to me and told me, Abimbola, I want you to be a guest on my show. I was like, me? Yes, girl. I don't talk on events, but out of fear, I joined. I participated and I shared a little bit of my story, and people were crying. And some people came to my DM and said, "You inspire me. My sister is going through this. This and this is that. Your story has given me hope." And I was like, "Wow! If my story could have done that, how much more other people's stories?" I've attended events, but like I said, when I hear people's story, all I do is wow, wow. And I want to create that space, and I believe it's something that is on the table. I also have started since 2023. I was putting it on hold, but I'm going to start very soon this year, because by God's grace, yes. And I believe it's going to change so many lives. It's going to inspire so many people. It's going to bring about a transformation in the lives of the many. So
Amazing, amazing. That's awesome. That's an inspiration for everybody to be able to do that here. I really want to thank you for being on the program. Your last minute words for the people who are watching it live now and people who will be watching it later on with the replay. You can catch this program on Do We Really Know Them? Or you can do at live Omar the number 2. You can see it there, and I think we keep getting a couple of subscribers every couple of days or so, which is good. People can that. It's not about subscribers; it's about helping people impact them. So everybody's word that comes in will be able to affect somebody and be able to help them out. So, what are your closing thoughts on the program?
my closing thoughts will be, no matter where you are at, your story might be messy, your journey might be messy, but never lose hope, never give up. Keep learning, trust in God, because God, without Him, we can do nothing. Trust in God, embrace the process, build up yourself, and work on yourself and keep going. It can only get better, no matter how hard the situation is, no matter how difficult the road might be. Once you keep at it, you get better. And one thing I want you to remember is, when you rise, you definitely will, always ensure that you're raising up other people to rise with you, because we grow, we get better by raising other people. So thank you so much for this opportunity, Omar.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you again for being guest number 41 on this program. You're awesome. And we will be back again for more episodes in 2 weeks here. Last minute closing thoughts for anybody? Anything else you can think of? Abby?
Okay, from me, right?
Yes.
Keep shining and stay blessed.
Awesome, awesome. Good words. All right, guys. We will see you guys again in 2 weeks with some more wonderful guests from LinkedIn and from around the world. This was our special guest, and Abimbola from
And yes,
Nigeria.
you pronounce it well. You can call it anyhow. It's Abimbola
Abi,
Olaniyi.
or we can call you
Yes.
Abby, right? Can we call you Abby?
Yes, you can call me Abby. There are many people on LinkedIn that call me Abby. So many of them. So it's
All right.
okay.
Maria has some kind of suggestion. Go ahead, Maria. What is it? Before we end it, or you can message me or PM me before we're about to end the stream here.
Um,
Or give us your suggestion if you have a suggestion. And thank you again, Abby, for being on the program. You were awesome, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. And
All right, thank
we'll see you guys stay around for me here while I end the stream. And see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.